Hi everybody, Peter Greenberg here. Now I know you know that Mexico is a country, and Mexico of course is also a city, as in Mexico City. But a lot of you may not know that Mexico is also a state. It's deep in the heart of Mexico, about the size of the state of New Jersey, but it's big on culture, it's big on history, and it's big on food. The kinds of things you won't find in the guidebooks or the brochures. And that's why I'm here to share with you my hidden gems of the state of Mexico. Most journeys through the state of Mexico start in its capital city, Toluca. The city is a cultural hub, full of museums and monuments, but its most unexpected work of art is an enormous stained glass work that may be one of the largest in the world. It's called the COSMOVITRAL, a huge stained glass conservatory made up of close to 9,000 feet of glass that's been brought in from around the world. It was actually completed in 1910 as a part of Mexico's centennial celebrations. The conservatory was created by artist Leopoldo Flores Valdez, who wanted to show time and movement in colored glass, and he succeeded. For the locals, a walk on the COSMOVITRAL is a way to escape city life. It's got running water, music, and more than 400 plant species inside. Here's my advice. Go at sunset, because that's when something really cool happens. The central wall is a stained glass sunset, and it lines up with the actual sun as it sinks on the horizon. It's a special, natural effect you don't want to miss. The state of Mexico may be modern on the surface, but its roots are deeply tied to ancient civilizations like the Olmecs, the Toltecs, and the Aztecs. Those old ruins are still standing and accessible to the public. Some visitors to Mexico City will often stop at the pyramids of Teotihuacan, but if you really want to avoid the crowds, the buses, and have a great experience, then head to the city of MALINALCO, with an ancient, surprising Aztec site that is truly stunning. Carved on the side of the mountaintop, the Temple of Calhuautinchan is the only monolithic temple in all of Mexico. What does that mean? It's cut out of a single piece of stone. The Aztecs built it over a span of 15 years for their most elite warriors. You see, this was the home and the place of training and dedication of the Eagle and Jaguar Knights, the guardians of this sacred place. And even today, it takes a warrior spirit to get to the temple, since there are 426 steps to the top. Hey, man.
Hey, Peter. You did it.
I did it. Quite a place you've got here.
What you see is the remains that we have left. It's where the warriors start initiating in this career of the army.
So if they were promoted,
yeah,
the rite of initiation happened up here.
Exactly.
They climbed all the stairs that I climbed. So wait a minute, where's my medal? I climbed all this.
You deserve it, I know.
426 steps.
That's
Counted
right.
every one of them. It may be a trek, but this is one location worth every step. And if you're looking for art, there's more to the state of Mexico than Aztec architecture. The state is full of traditional handicrafts, some of which are as old as the pyramids. It's one thing to go to a local market and bring home a souvenir, but true travelers know it's all about the process, how that thing actually got made. And here in the state of Mexico, a lot of the local artisans will not only show you their work, but they'll get you a hands-on experience with them in making it, so that when you go home with that souvenir, you're also bringing home the story behind it. One of the crafts you'll find most often in the state of Mexico is a type of clay sculpture called a tree of life. These were originally created to teach stories from the Bible, but today you can find sculptures depicting about anything you can think of, from history to childhood toys. Now, every gift shop in the state of Mexico carries these things. But here's a tip. There are local artisans who will actually open up their studios to you. They don't advertise it, but anyone can do it. And one place you need to go is to the home of master tree of life maker Javier Ramirez Hernandez. He's been making these sculptures for almost 30 years, and some of them reach up to 9 feet tall and get this, weigh 2 tons. Javier's creations have been seen all over the world, from museums to the Vatican, but you can just go to his workshop in Metepec to take a look at his latest works. Another great place to get hands-on experience is an hour away in the pueblo of MALINALCO. There you can take a look at something a little more fashionable, the art of shawl making. Artisan CAMELIA Ramos ZAMORA carries on her father's life work, making silk and cotton shawls with pre-Hispanic methods that involve all natural dyes and hand looms.
Estos son los insectos ya que dan el color, este color.
But they're hard.
Sí, son duros, tienes que hacerlos moler y de ahí va a salir el color.
So these are ground bugs.
Sí.
I like them better in the fabrics.
Sí.
You might even get a chance to try weaving your own creations, and you'll definitely go home with a wearable piece of art. The state of Mexico is known for its traditional handicrafts, but there's another place in the state of Mexico called Almoloya. It's known for something completely different. In fact, it blows all the other places away. Why? They make fireworks. Now, you're not going to find these fireworks factories in the brochures. You won't see them advertised. But if you ask the locals, they'll bring you here for a truly hands-on experience at what can only be described as an explosive art form. For a closer look at Almoloya's firework industry, the guy to see is firework maker Fernando Fuentes Medina and his family of master craftsmen. They've been creating fireworks for 4 generations, and they've even won awards for what they've done.
Todo es manual, nada es maquinaria, es pura artesanal dentro de nuestra pirotecnia.
And if you ask, the Medina family will take you into their workshop. Now, it might look like a mad scientist laboratory, and in fact, it does look like a mad scientist laboratory, but this is how the fireworks get made. First, you fill a bowl of fireworks that looks like the world's most combustible bowl of cereal. Then you top it off with some more firepower. Kids, don't try this at home. And then you put a lid on it. Does this remind you of the Roadrunner cartoon? I mean, come on. Wile E. Coyote would love this. A good wrapping, and 3 days later, you have a firework that will be one of the components of Medina's firework displays. This is one Mexican handicraft with a really huge bang. Uno, dos, tres, kaboom! If you're traveling through the state of Mexico and you get hungry, well, you better be prepared to eat well, and nowhere better than La Marquesa. It's a combination wildlife park and foodie road stop right between Mexico City and Toluca. Some of the most authentic road food around, and you know what? Right from the water. You like trout? You're gonna love this. Really good. La Marquesa is the nickname of the Parque Nacional Insurgente, Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla. Say that 3 times fast. This national park may be full of hiking, biking, and horseback riding, but its real claim to fame is its food. There's no need to bring a picnic here. It's already there. The park is loaded with food stalls, serving regional and sometimes exotic dishes from around the state. And the best part is that you can see the food being prepared right in front of you. And that is half the entertainment. For starters, you can get a fruit cocktail unlike any you've seen before. Oh, cool. That's the part I want. Delicious and decorative, too. What's that? ¿Qué es esto? A little cinnamon? Chili? Nobody told me about the chili. I was really good on the pineapple till we got to the chili. All right. Ooh, it's good. And it's sweet. Wow. Then take a look at tacos made from blue corn, homemade cheese, green chorizo, and get this, corn fungus. And you might even get a chance to lend a hand. Uh-oh. Here, right this way. Right? Over here? Oh boy, this is messy. On second thought, it might be a better idea to just sit back and let the professionals take over. Mucho más queso. Más queso. Uno más. Perfecto, yeah. So I've got my corn fungus, you know what that is. I've got my green beans and I got my cheese. You may have noticed I added a lot of cheese. You know why? To sort of disguise the fungus. And now, the moment of truth. Well, that's the best tasting fungus con queso I've ever had. Gracias. Una más. Taking this with me. From corn fungus cuisine to a true pina colada, La Marquesa is a must-stop for authentic, and I mean truly authentic, Mexican street food. And to think they all tell you not to eat the food. Not necessarily. Certainly not in my book, and certainly not in the state of Mexico. I'm Peter Greenberg, and thanks for watching.